Hi, my friend. Wonderful to connect with you. So, today I'm going to share with you a tool that's going to help you if you've been finding yourself feeling extreme feelings, tension, if you need relaxation, anything like this. Because I think one of the greater challenges we have as human beings right now is by and large, in our world, society, feelings have been seen as something of a distraction or a nuisance. And a lot of times we attempt to approach feelings of how can we get through this? How can I get over this? How can I push through this? How can I just get it done and over with so I can get to the good stuff? Today I'm going to provide you a tool that I believe will help you have not only a more resonant experience with your feelings, but I believe will help you feel more empowered as an individual whenever you feel things. So the root of this tool was born because I was someone who had a lot of difficulty feeling feelings. I would often try to avoid them by not being in my body. And this was manifesting for me in ways where I would feel out of control in other areas of my life and causing a lot of havoc in the inner to outer life space. And when I came across this way of feeling, transmuting, and reflecting, I started to feel a lot more grounded, not only within my body, but within my life, and a lot more empowered. So I'm very excited to share it with you today. So, one of the greatest misconceptions I think we have about feelings is that there are good feelings and bad feelings, and that we should feel some ways and we shouldn't feel others. But life is a full spectrum experience. All parts of this whole are important to the every aspect of what we're experiencing. So I invite you to enter this experience with a bit of curiosity, a bit of open-heartedness, because I believe that will carry you very far. Now, let's say you have a very intense feeling and you would really, really like to process that feeling and you'd really like to be feeling a different way. So, one of the first steps is to give yourself some time and some physical space. And what that means is either go to your room or go out to your car, go somewhere where you're going to have a little bit of time to not be disturbed. If you have a meditation or if you need to go for a walk to a park, go somewhere where you're really going to have time to be internal with yourself for a bit, especially for the first time that you do this. Give yourself the time, like I said, as well, because the first time you do it, you may not know how long you need. I'd say 20 to 30 minutes gives you a lot of buffer. Now, the first step is you're coming in there into this experience with curiosity and openness. So right now, you feel whatever the feeling is, you can look at it. You're seeing the edges of it, the tension or the anger or the restlessness, whatever it is. Your first step is to open yourself up to this. There is a wisdom in how I am feeling right now. There is something inherently important about me feeling this way, or I would not feel this way. Which means there is a wisdom to be distilled in this feeling, and it is completely appropriate that I feel this way here and now. Now that you're aware of the appropriateness of your feeling, the next step, bring your focus within your body itself. Picture your body. Picture the organism as a whole, and picture every individual cell and how each cell has such a highly programmed intelligence that it drives the blood and the oxygen and the synapses all through your body without you even having to think about it. Think about how you digest food and how your body handles it for you. And in the same way, your body has the intelligence and the wisdom to process this feeling you're feeling and extract the wisdom the nutrients, so to speak, from this feeling without you having to do a thing. So you say to your body, body, every day you support me. Every day I live and breathe through you, with you, and as you. I trust you, and I know that you have all the intelligence, wisdom, and tools you need to process this very appropriate feeling that I am feeling and extract whatever it is I need from this. I trust you completely to process this, and I'm about to let go of my mental hold on this so you can do your thing. So now that you've acknowledged the appropriateness of your feeling, and now that you have acknowledged the inherent intelligence in every single cell of your body to know exactly what it's doing, it knows exactly what it's doing, it knows exactly what it needs to do. You don't have to micromanage. Now what you are going to do is you're going to take a few breaths, and you're saying, okay, so now I am choosing to feel this feeling fully. And what I'm choosing to do is I'm going to go ahead and hand over the reins on processing this feeling to my body. And my body is going to go ahead and feel this, and it's going to make the micro adjustments necessary for me to fully process this and extract the wisdom within it. Now, what's so important here is that you are completely letting go of the control on how this needs to look. The analogy is like you're on a roller coaster and you are on the top car and it is just about to go over the side, and there's nothing left to do but just feel the ride all the way through and completely trust the rail system, completely trust that you will be safe and that it will take you through a journey and then it will stop. And this is exactly what you are doing with your body in this feeling. So, tap into that wisdom. Just like you're eating food, you trust your body to digest it, and so it will digest this emotion as well. Breathe in, let go. And by that, I mean say, okay, body, do your thing. And now here is the step for you, which is to fully trust and fully be willing to feel the feeling. This is not about avoiding the pain. This is not about avoiding the anger. You're feeling it. And you say to the body, show me what you want to do. And I call them micro adjustments because when I do this, the body, when I'm listening, I'm observing my body. It's almost as though I'm being the observer, and my body will start to maybe take shape. Like maybe if it feels angry, maybe my fists want to ball up, and maybe my shoulders hunch over. And sometimes there's little micro muscle adjustments that are happening. And I'm not judging any of this. I'm allowing my body to very intelligently express this energy. And you might be surprised because sometimes we think we have to make big movements or we have to the expression has to be intense. But when we trust these expressions to happen at the cellular level, while we're being very willing with those feelings, while we're not resenting the feeling or saying, why do I feel this way? When we're going, yes, it's appropriate for me to feel this way. I find that the energy is very efficient at expressing itself. You might feel little muscle twitches. You might, sense little things like this, but your body is processing the feeling fully. It's not just getting through it. It's fully processing this. So if it's your first time doing this, I suggest allowing yourself to just, again, it's almost like going on a trip, on a journey. You're just observing as this whole thing is happening. Trust whatever movement wants to arise out of your body. If you need to vocalize, if your body wants to speak. If it wants to flail, but trust yourself. Trust the wisdom of your body, the wisdom inherent in your body and what it needs to move or do or feel in order to process this energy for you, because it's doing it for you. It knows what to do. And as you're processing this, it might in the beginning feel like layers and layers and layers and layers. And sometimes when we have a backlog, it'll feel like layers and layers and layers. But again, trust that. And remember that if it's your first time doing it, not every time will necessarily be this way, but the first time, it might be a new orientation. So the more you can just allow it to be what it is without needing to judge it, the more smooth the journey will go for you. Once you're complete with that, and you know you're complete because you will feel done. You will simply feel done with it. I invite you to drink some water. I invite you to reflect on how you want to integrate your experience. You may want to listen to music or play music, or you might want to write something, or you might want to draw. There's many ways that integration can happen. Just listen to what calls to you. Maybe you want to go for a walk, whatever's the most appropriate for you. So there you go. This is the whole tool. And, I understand it might seem a little clunky at first. But what I find is the more you implement this tool, and you process your feelings like this, the more you start to naturally assimilate this process into your life. So instead of having to kind of carry feelings and bottle them and then process them, we start to naturally integrate this process into our lives, and life becomes a lot more fluid. So I hope that this tool is something that is very useful for you. I hope it serves you well. You can let me know any comments or questions you have about this tool. And I'm so excited for what this all might bring. We are very powerful inner to outer creators. And the more that we attune to that, and the more we interact with ourselves as the natural intelligence we are, the more we can access, and the more we can create, and the more we can experience. So, looking forward to seeing the ripples of this. Talk soon.